Hi guys, it's a redirect to my reaction to Durarara Season 1, Episodes 1, 2 and 3. Some great episodes, very interesting, very different from what I'm used to, so this is, I wouldn't categorize this as totally shonen or totally action based. It's more like crime and high school mixed in together. So there was a lot of different things going on in these episodes. I feel like they were like kind of like standalone episodes. I do feel like a main plot is kind of forming, but I don't know. I can't tell what the main plot is about really. But like in the first episode, I think the first episode was the best out of the three. It was, for me at least, it was the most intriguing one. So in the first episode we see Mikado, who is the main character, who I think is the main character. He just arrived in, I forgot what the town is called, but he's new to this town, and he is going to start Raya Academy, and he just met his longtime best friend after such a long time, so they reunited, and he was just showing him around the whole town, and then he was telling him that there was a lot of crime a long time ago in the town, but the crime rate has gone down, but there's still like a lot of gangs out there. There's color gangs, and then there's the dollars, so there's different gangs, and there's a lot of missing people who have not been found. Yeah, and then there's this urban legend about this biker guy who apparently is headless, and we saw that he's headless, and he had like all of this black stuff coming out of him, so that's very mysterious. I think the biker guy is like the coolest out of everyone, at least so far. He's just like, he saved the girl from committing suicide in the second episode. So in the first episode, so basically this girl, she thought that she kind of got catfished basically. So she thought that she was going to meet the guy that she was talking to online, but he turns out to actually be a criminal. He kidnaps her, he captures her with his gang mates, and they put her in a car, they lock her up, they tie her up, they make her unconscious. I don't know what their actual plan was with her. All I know is that a lot of people have been disappearing, and they decided to target an innocent, naive teenage girl. So yeah, but then the biker guy came, and he was just, oh my days, he was quite savage. Like he used his motorcycle to smash the guy's head against the wall, at one of them, and then like he was just beating them all up, and then he was chasing after the driver, and then he supposedly slashed him, but he didn't get cut up into two pieces. There was no blood, so I don't know if that was censorship, or like, does he have the ability to not make people bleed even though he hit them? Like, what is the point of the scythe then? I was a little bit confused there, but I don't know if he actually killed him or if he's just, you know, just got beat up. But like, he did save the girl. He saved the girl and he took her home as well. So that was really nice of him. And he gave her a message he actually saved her twice. I just realised this now. He literally rescued her twice. So he saved her in the first episode and then saved her again in the second episode. So he's like the crime buster. He's fighting the bad guys and saving the innocent girl. So in the second episode we see more depth into this girl. So she isn't just like some strange girl. Like, she has more depth to her. So apparently her father has been cheating on her mother by having this mistress, or several, I don't know. So I was very disgusted by that. I don't like those kind of like storylines. So but for her, like, she had to like endure all of this rather than tell her mum straight away what's been going on. So I'm just like, damn man, that takes a lot of strength to do that. Like, if I was in that position, I would be infuriated and I'd just snap. like a twig, because that's just totally unacceptable. You don't destroy a family like that by doing something scummy like that. How dare you? So I felt really bad for the girl, and then she felt really suicidal because the family, I guess, they just, maybe she told her mother, and her mother was like, oh, I don't want a divorce though. I don't know, but I mean, there's some fucked up people out there who just tolerate bullshit. I would never tolerate that kind of bullshit, but it is what it is. So she felt suicidal, and so she was confiding her sorrows to this guy on the internet, and it turns out that the guy on the internet was actually the guy who set up the kidnapping and also the rescue, which confused me so much. It turns out that this was Izaya. He was being an absolute dick towards her. He was helping her and trying to make her realize that suicide is not the answer, but he was doing it in a way that was just he's a bit of an asshole. I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't like make someone like friend to like push someone over the edge of a cliff. Like, you gotta understand that you gotta be a bit more sympathetic than that, empathetic than that, because she's been through a lot. So yeah, but then the biker guy saves her when she does decide to fall, with his black stuff, whatever it is, chakra or whatever. And then in the third episode we see is it Sonohara? Sonohara, the class representative. She stumbles across a bunch of bimbos trying to like bully her, and Mikado, he's developed some feelings, some like a crush on her. So he was like he was hesitating about getting involved, but he did want to like rescue her because he seems to have an interest in her, and she was in a position that where she needed to get backed up, and then Izaya just like basically pushed him towards them, so he got involved, and then this weird sounding guy got involved, but then he got beat up. So, and then Shizuo came. Like, Shizuo, oh my days, that guy is so violent. Like, he threw a fucking fridge on Izaya, and then like he just went ballistic on everyone around him. Like, the gang members, like a bunch of gang members, all of a sudden showed up, and then they were like trying to beat Shizuo, but Shizuo is not someone to mess with, and that's what they've been telling. Kida has been trying to tell that to Mikado, that Shizuo is not someone to mess with. He will just beat the shit out of you. He's very violent for some reason, I don't know. But they seem to be very strong. Both him, Shizuo, and Simon, they're very strong physically, like being able to lift up a whole fridge. Anyway, so yeah, some bunch of random stuff happened, but I do like the message that the biker guy said to the girl, that life isn't as terrible as you think. I think around, I just paraphrase. I don't know what he said exactly. The world is not as terrible as you think. I think that's what he said to her after he saved her. So he's trying to tell her that suicide is not the answer, and I think that's a great message to send out. Because the suicide rates in Japan and in other South Asian countries are really high. So I guess in terms of context, the writer wanted to talk about that. The manga artist wanted to talk about that. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Do look forward to. So I'm gonna upload this in October. So I probably already have uploaded or will upload JoJo's Bizarre Adventure as well as Noragami. So those are the trial reactions that you can expect in Patreon in case anyone's interested, for early 1 month access. So yeah, yeah, that's my thoughts. What you think of these episodes, let me know, and stay tuned for more.